What up to everybody in the podverse and everybody sleeping in the cloud? Welcome to the Blacklog, where we talk black about TV, film, music. Sometimes we just digress into strange conversations and, of course, drink coffee. My name is Rod. I want to say hello to my co-host, Ryan. Hello.
What's up? What's up? Shout out. I'm gonna give my shout out to E Tiffany Custom Creations, which can be found at etiffanycreations.com. All your apparel needs. My bad.
Damn.
My bad. My bad.
For all your apparel needs. I gotta say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to also. I know. So we do our shows ahead of time. We try to do these shows ahead of time, and
because we care.
Yes, and we never want to be behind. So in that, we have to, obviously we're going to do a better job of this, but do want to give a shout out to MLK. Didn't forget Dr. Martin Luther King Day. I know this is a week late that this show is airing, but when we did the recording, it was during actually Martin Luther King's weekend. Not the weekend, but But
I'm glad you said Dr. Martin Luther King just didn't keep it at won't give a shout out to MLK like you on WBOK. Won't give a shout out to my man MLK. Been dead for 60 years, but we still love you, man. Peace.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
My bad. Hey, speaking of though, obviously everybody knows Stevie Wonder's song, but we cannot forget.
Does everyone know Stevie Wonder's song? Happy
birthday? Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure everybody knows Happy Birthday. Yeah. Some people may not know that it actually was a song for Dr. Martin Luther King, because everybody, black folks is like, Happy Birthday to ya. But can we forget? But can we not? We don't want to give any disrespect to our other song that gave respect to Dr. Martin Luther King. Let freedom ring for Martin Luther King. Remember that? Remember that? Everybody loves somebody. Everybody sing for Martin Luther King. Oh, let freedom ring for Martin Luther King. You remember that? Remember that?
Sadly, I do.
Remember that? I was with that first rapping style. Let freedom ring.
Still,
it was like, hey, Curtis Blow, the Grandmaster Flash. Was Grandmaster Flash in it? Yeah. I don't know. I know Curtis Blow was in it. Yeah. Because Curtis Blow came in with that. Let freedom ring.
That just tickles you. I think you got more than tea in that cup. Jeez, man.
I might.
Oh, man. As we've been doing here at the Black Law, we've been discussing the seminal show, First Black Family Comedy, the Evans Family, and their show, Good Times.
Was it the first Black Family?
Intact Family? It was the first sitcom. They had
Intact Family.
They had
Sanford and Son.
Julia. Julia was supposedly because you had Diane Carroll and her son. I saw a clip of Julia, and it just was not funny. Unless that was just really cutting edge comedy back then. But you know what? I'm digressing. We about good times.
And if we digress, please don't digress to Julia.
I know. Episode 9, The Visitor. That's all. The Visitor. And
or as you will come to know him as, Stony.
first, it's like, man, like that's all you got for it. The Visitor. I didn't even thought it maybe it said the white man. I don't even know, but it just hit it. The Visitor.
Hey, good times stays consistent. Keep it simple.
Story by Alessandro R. Veith, Bob Wolterstorff, and Thad Mumford. Thad Mumford, a black writer of MASH and Different World fame.
And while we're mentioning that, A Different World has come back, and it will be coming back. So guess what? We will eventually be coming back to, but just throwing it out there.
Just giving you a heads up. We coming back to Different World because that's how this show started off. But then, all the streaming services said, "Damn the blacklog and the emails." We're gonna put a monkey wrench in that show right now. Teleplay was written by Jack Ellison and Norman Paul, and of course directed by Herb Kennewick. Go for it, Herb. We open, and JJ is painting, and Thelma is posing for him. She's ready to quit. JJ says, "If you quit, you're not gonna get the Marvin Gaye tickets I promised you." How in the hell did JJ
I was wondering that too.
get his hands on 2 Marvin Gaye tickets?
I was so wondering that, like, man, he got tickets for Marvin Gaye.
If he got 2 Marvin Gaye tickets, why is he? You can find somebody else to pay. You can go on a date to the Marvin Gaye, but that's neither here nor me. They are arguing as usual when a very winded Florida enters with groceries bags in hand, and we find out she has walked up 17 floors, and everybody says the elevator's out. Everybody knows that. Florida asked Thelma to put up the groceries in the refrigerator, and Thelma informs her that the refrigerator isn't working.
Yep.
Walona enters, winded, and she says, "Hey, y'all know?"
Oh, wait. You forgot one thing.
What?
The food won't spoil because the heat is broke.
You're very correct. Because the heat is broke. Oh my God. But again, what Walona said, she enters and she said, "Y'all know the elevator ain't working." So everybody's all talking, and now James Evans Sr. enters. And he's just funny when he comes in. He's like, "Hey." He keeps trying to get their attention, and he slams the door. Damn, guess what? The elevator ain't working.
I feel like there've been a lot of episodes where they've walked over those 17 flights of steps.
Man.
So I'm not crazy.
No.
Okay.
You look at this episode, and I think we see in this next episode is a repeat of James. The kids offering to go get jobs. No, it's my job to take care of them. One day I want to see James say, "You know what? You need to go pick up
that paper route.
You may need to paper, and you may need to go get a shift at KFC. I'm about tired as hell." But James takes off his hat and coat, and they list all the things, like I said, that we just talked about are wrong. Walona goes into this non sequitur about a fortune cookie in the story. I think they just wanted to give her something to pay her, justify her paycheck this week. I didn't understand it. Florida says she's going to make the tea because the stove is working. But she finds out that the water is off. There's a lot there.
Hey, that reminds me of what was that on Sam and his Son? He said, "Stove's
out.
Stove's out. Water working. Water. We'll be hungry, but we be clean. We may be hungry, but we'll be clean."
Some cold zucchini and some cold pork. We talking about a whole nother show. I ain't gonna go there. Florida says maybe we ought to make a complaint. And Thelma mentions, well, Michael been writing letters to the newspaper complaining about their apartment. And James is like, can you believe that they think they would print his letter in the paper? Besides, where would he get the stamps? And JJ says, I've been painting them on. This is the second, and you'll see in the next episode, so I guess I mentioned it before I get to the next episode, there are a lot of stamp jokes in this show. And I wonder, was there a shortage of stamps in the 70s that I don't remember?
Hey, JJ also said obviously they wasn't too smart because I painted Andrew Jackson black or somebody black.
Yeah.
He painted one of the presidents black.
He sure did. James looked at the thermometer.
Oh, my goodness. I'm looking right at that, too.
It's 55 degrees inside. I'm like,
55 degrees, bro. That is cold, bro. That is cold, bro.
That is really cold.
Let me tell you what temperature range for people, especially for like you and I who bike, where you can get tricked. You can get tricked by temperatures in the 50s, bro, when you go outside. Because when you standing and you got your jacket on or whatever, but you don't have on enough, it feels fine. When you start rolling down that hill,
you mean like that 53? You mean like that 53 degrees I met today? I was like, ooh. How about this? It was so cold, I didn't even get on the bike. I was like, bruh, it was. I was like, if I go towards that water, I'm not going to feel good. I was like, this is not going to be good at all. Let me trust me. I got up at 6 a.m. I said, okay, I'm going to wait. Let me wait till that sun comes up a little bit. It was 12 o'clock. Man. I said,
that wind is no joke.
Yes. But James says, it's 55, but I got my own personal heat, and he go running up on Florida, hugging on her. She smiled. She smiled with a little toothy grin of her. James. She said, I bet you miss Emmeline Watson. She said she was 300 pounds.
Bruh. That was like, you know, with somebody with 300 pounds?
No. He said, yeah. He said, I was courting your mama and I wanted to make her jealous. Wait, was it Florida that said your daddy dipped Emma?
Yeah.
And she ain't come back up. Michael comes home and said to say that his letter was printed in the paper, and he gets on his little box on the sofa and reads it for the house.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he reads it, that phone rings. It's the housing authority. Somebody's coming by to talk to them. Lord Jesus.
and Michael, got a lot of mouth, bruh.
Yeah.
James told him, you better get your Esquire off that chair.
Get your Esquire off my chair, for real. We come back from the ag break, but get this. The temperature is now 45 degrees.
Bruh.
What's going on? Somebody got to close the window, because this is not...
Somebody got to do something, bruh.
Bruh, it is getting bad.
What are they windows made of, bruh?
April.
Bruh. That joker dropped 10 degrees during the commercial break.
Oh. 10 degrees. You lost that on the commercial break? Are you serious? There's a knock at the door, and it's a man from the housing authority. He has come to speak to them. They open the door. He's winded, of course, from the 17th floor climb. He's like a caricature of what a white man is. He's like wearing a Churchill type overcoat and a hat that makes you say, "Are you a banker? You a banker, ain't you?" Something like that. You look like the Monopoly man. And he sits down. He says, "I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. I don't live here." And Florida says, "Oh, I never would have known that. That's the greatest quote. That's my quote. I'm telling you now. That's my quote of the show. Right? Oh, I don't live. Oh, I never would have known that. That was so funny. Oh my God, that was so funny. He said, "My name is William Stonehurst," and I think that's when you say, "Oh, hey, Stoney." That's when JJ called him Stoney. He said he had a truck. I had trouble getting a cab here. Really? Every time I asked somebody, they would just turn a no service sign on. He, he proceeds to talk to James about his letter and causes the stewardess calls down at the office. And he said, "That's not my..."
Yeah, they realized it was Michael.
But the killer part for me is he's sitting down and he does this. It's not very, and I said, something wrong here, because James, even house to no house, I know you ain't gonna pop that finger in my face. Right? I was like,
yeah, right. I said, I'm too comfortable because I really don't take into account that you can do something to me.
Yeah, but you didn't got way too comfortable, and I think I blame Herb Kennewick. I blame Herb Kennewick direction on it, because that's not. I want to believe that Mr. Amos probably said this wouldn't happen. This wouldn't happen.
I bet you he talked to somebody like that on set.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, I didn't write that. He said, "My son wrote the letter." And he turns and he says, "Well, the boy." And for the first time, it really works. Michael says, "Boy" is a white racist word. It really came into play like that. Walona runs in. The Warlords and the Dukes are having a rumble. Stonehurst said, "I guess I better get you going. My cab is downstairs." That was your cab? Oh, he said that cab sped away.
JJ gave a whole long soliloquy on he gave like a preview. Said the Warlords and the Dukes are fighting for the championship. Bruh.
The Warlords
how you talk about a gang fight like it's a Super Bowl?
That's how common it is, bro. That's how common it is. Chicago. That's why when people started complaining about, like the Republicans started complaining about the trouble and the violence in Chicago. They've been having violence since the 70s in good times. Chicago been having violence for this didn't just start, y'all.
Yeah. Good times didn't just make that up.
Just make that up. They've been having these issues for a minute. You just thought all this started in 2009. Chicago been having problems.
The only thing caught me off guard was it was the Warlords versus the Dukes. Usually it's the Warlords versus the Satan Knights.
The Satan Knights, the Dukes. The Dukes is something out of
Trading Places.
No, not even trading. Not trading places. Something like out of West Side Story. The Dukes and the Sharks, or something like that. Stonehurst said, "So, what do you do when there's a rumble? We count our children, thank the Lord, and set it out." He realizes that he's gonna be stuck there probably till about 2 a.m. Stonehurst suddenly gets a migraine, and he says it's usually brought on by tension. Florida says, "Where you come to the right place."
Hey, Florida was on point throughout this whole episode.
You come in right. You're welcome to stay for dinner. We're having cornbread, fatback, and turnip greens.
Why he get on the phone? Why he get on the phone, bruh? He was like, "Yeah, we're having fat greens and turnip backs."
I know, man. Oh God, But what's funny is you'll find our diet has too much starch and not enough vitamins and protein. Michael, I don't need that right now.
Hey, Michael was standing right next to him, just looking up at him too, like,